Welcome everybody, Heartfelt Creations Moments in Time. Look at this beautiful, beautiful collection. Here is the stamp and die set for this particular beautiful old world clock. Here's another one for this one. And here it is. And let me quickly show you just a glimpse of the paper. If you want to see a more detailed video of the collection, I did a haul video. I'll leave in the description box so you can see that. All right, so we are going to work with both of these clocks today, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one that I'm going to be working with is this beautiful one here. I couldn't help myself. So what we are going to do to start is I have some paper here that I cut, and we are going to take this beautiful stamp. So what you do is you use this stamp and then you will just cut out the layers. Whatever works for you, however you want to design it. So let's do a few of that. So I have my embossing station here that I recently got from Totally Tiffany, and yeah, I still find myself pulling this out and using it and holding it like that. I feel like I have more control. Because like I said, you can stamp and cut out and layer. So I'm gonna stamp again. I'm going for the middle section of the clock, so just putting where I want, just the middle section. And let's see if I got all of that there. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. So let me just give it one more. Sorry for the camera shake. And I'm just going to do the same thing, stamp and emboss. Okay, looks okay. And let's get this embossed. Now I know you're like, oh my god, that's not complete. I'm just going for the middle section. That's it. This section right here, you'll see more when I actually cut it out. So that's why. So I'm just making sure I got enough. Now what we are going to do obviously is we are going to cut these out. So you want to take your dies, and as you can see, you have some layering dies here. So this first one, I am going to cut completely the whole shape of the clock out on the purple one. And then on the more pink page, remember I told you I was going for the middle. Like I said, you don't have to decorate and cut and stuff like this, but this is just optional pieces for us, and I love it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut those two out. Now I did heat emboss these as you saw on camera. You can just use your regular ink and stamp. You don't have to emboss. That was just me being extra. So anyways, to move on to the next portion, we are going to be making an easel card. So I have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper here that I cut in half. So it is 6 inches by 12 inches. And then you just scored or folded in the center. So that's what I did. So that's how you would make that. Super easy. This is my own paper. This did not come with the kit. It is a pretty pearl matching paper. So then what you're going to need to do to make that easel card is you are going to need to take this die here, place it a little bit over your fold, and let me just put it on my mat. So just place it on your fold, and you want to just push it a little bit above the fold. That's it. Super simple. And then you just use your sandwich plate as you normally would, and just run it through your machine. I have something that looks like this, so just take it away, put your die back, and then now what we are going to do is you're going to take your little clock, and you're going to lift it up, and what you're going to do is bring it Can you see what I'm doing? Bring it here to the center where that score line is, and you're just going to fold it. If you want to be neat and stuff like that, just you can do it with your scoreboard. I'm not about to do all of that. And you just give it a fold. Okay, so then now what you want to do is you want to take this piece and you want to line it up. You see the little legs here? You want to line that piece up and glue that on. So we are only going to put glue on this section here at the bottom. Okay, only at the bottom. So then just line it up like that, and then give it a good press. Get that glue to stick. Give it a good press. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this piece that I cut, the middle, and I am actually going to glue that on as well. So you just see me here gluing. All right, and then I'm just going to line that up here in the center and glue that on. See that? So then now what we need to do is to create a stopper. So I need to create a stop. Actually, it stands by itself, but it's good to create a stopper. I need some more glue here on the bottom. So then I took the circle die here and cut out one of the clocks that comes with the kit. I'm just gonna put that in the center of my clock. So like I said, this is like a lot of layering. If you like, it's not, you know, how it works, but if you want to layer, you have all of these layering dies. So that's gonna go there. And then I also cut this out. So I just took the shape die here and cut out this out of the paper that's in the pad, and I'm gonna put that on the bottom. So actually, no, I think I just like it with the pink. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. But as you can see, you can just layer and layer and layer. So you can put this here. And then now what I'm going to do is I have created some florals from there. You know, the flowers don't come with this kit. These are my own florals. These are Heartfelt Creations. This is from an older collection called that I had called, I think it's called Oakwood. So it's my own Heart. They don't make it anymore, but yeah, you can just go ahead and add some florals, anything you want to decorate your clock. So that's what I'm doing. And I just cut out and colored and stamped some, added some stamens to these beautiful florals, and I'm just going to dress my clock up with these. Super pretty. And I'm just using hot glue so that it's a lot quicker. And that's pretty much it. It may create your stopper, and that's, you can put a like a signature card or something there at the bottom. Sorry, I'm like so focused. I'm like super focused. All right, so pretty. Okay, so you could use any florals, any stickers. You can cut out stuff from the let me get that stopper on there. Show you how simple it is to create your stopper. Here is the waist of what we cut out, the clock, and you could just take your scissors and just cut, look, something like that, and put some foam adhesive on it. Make sure you cut it to fit so that it's not too big, like that. And then you can just put your foam tape, and that will secure it, and you are all finished. I'm just looking for my foam tape. You want to use foam tape to give it that dimension it needs to hold up the card. Okay, so just make sure you, like I'm using this foam tape from the Dollar Tree that comes on a roll, and I'm just doubling up on it so that it has that dimension to hold the clock up. And you can test it by just going like that, and there we go. Look at that. Super simple and quick, and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So that is the easel card. It does have some dimension because of the flower, so it is not a flat card. Also because of the foam tape, so you will have to pay a little extra postage or create a cute little box for it. So that's that one. If you use like a paper that's non-pearl, like regular paper, you can stamp a message inside. So, or you can always write something on the back. So that's clock number 1. So for clock number 2, let's move on. Card number 2, we're going to be using this set of dies, which is the Simple Moments timepiece. And this one is, you get that nice size clock, the stamp, and then you also get your coordinating dies, which has a lot of like nesting. So we are going to make a tunnel clock. So to get started with that, what I've done is taken the clock and I stamped it 3 times on 3 different sheets of paper. So what you're going to do, and the paper, let me show you the paper that I used today. Excuse me. So the paper that I used today is from not Heartfelt Creations, so you can use your own items. This is from Stamperia, New England. This is a pretty blue and cream color collection, so that's the paper that I used today. Yeah, I have used the pad up, so it's not going to look very presentable to you, but it is beautiful. It has like that antique look, birds and florals and lettering, and so yeah, so that is called New England from Stamperia. So that's what I used today. And then I also used for inking, I used Memento Desert Sand and Paris Dusk. And then also I used Distress Oxide Chipped Sapphire. Okay, so those are the inks that I used today. Sorry for reaching. So then now what you're going to do is, like I said, I stamped it on 3 different sheets of paper. So this is how it's gonna look. Okay, so you're gonna take out your 3 pieces of paper. You're gonna stamp each one. Well, actually I didn't stamp that one, but make sure you stamp one for your top and one for your base. The middle you don't really have to. So you're going to take your clock and you're going to place it over your paper, and you're going to start out on one of them, whichever one you want, and you're going to take not the largest die, but the next one, and you're going to place it and cut it out. Okay, then on your next sheet of paper, you're going to take, that's the second sheet, you're going to take your clock and you're going to take this size and you're going to place it in the center and you're going to cut it out, and then you're going to come out with this particular size. Then the final one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your clock die, place it on your stamped paper, and then you're going to take this one and you're going to put it in the center and cut it out. And so that's how you'll get your tunnel. Okay, so then all I did was ink the sides of it, inked it up a little bit with the ink that I showed you. And then also you want to stamp your background. You want to stamp out the clock and take the coordinating circle and cut out your clock if you want that in the background. So that's what I did. So for my first layer, which is this one, I have took one of the circles, I've cut out the coordinating shape, and I cut out a piece of acetate, and I'm just going to glue that to the back of the front of my clock. So this is going to be my first layer of my tunnel. Okay, so I'm just going to glue on the acetate and let that dry. So it's super easy. I hope that was easy to understand. Please rewind it and go back and place your holes in your circles, and yeah, it's really pretty. It's gonna come out really pretty. So I'm just placing my acetate and get that on and let that dry. And then also what I've done is I've placed some foam tape. You're going to place foam tape on the first and second layers, and depending on how dimensional you want your clock, I did double stack up on these little foam squares. So I would definitely say give it some dimension, because the more dimension you get, the more you can see through the tunnel. And then I also cut out just a little bit of a smaller size. So I just trimmed it off. So this is probably like a 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 maybe. So just cut it so that the background shows. So then I have my 6x6 card base, and I'm just going to get these glued and layered up on there. So that's it, and then we will start to put our clock together. So you can use your own papers, you can use pattern papers, you don't only have to use the papers from the Heartfelt collection. That is a plus, that is a bonus, that is a guide, but you can use, as you can see, your own papers, what I've done. And yeah, you can make these. And you know what I like about these too, like these are so nice for all ages, and guys or gals. So I love that. So then I'm just gluing, look how pretty that is. I'm just gluing, this looks like the Declaration of Independence. So I'm just gluing this layer on. My glue is struggling to come out. So just get this glued on, and I just inked up the edges a little, just to give it some detail. All right, so then now let's start layering. So what you want to do is take your actual clock. This is going to be the back. So you are going to want to kind of use any pieces of the clock as a guide as to where we're going to put it. So we're going to put our clocks in the middle of the card, kind of center it. And I'm just going to hold my finger here. Kind of tough. Just hold your finger there, remove that. And then you can just kind of start gluing. Unless you're good with eyeballing it, just start gluing around it, get it put on. Like I said, unless you're good at eyeballing and you know exactly where that goes. So now I have that glued on. So then we're going to take, this is our layer. We didn't put any foam tape on this. We only put foam tape on the first and second layer. So then we're just going to place this and glue this on that. So if you want to put foam tape on it, you can, but because this is the back of the clock, when you look into it, it's the back, I figured we could just keep that one flat. So I'm just gluing, and just gonna go ahead, make sure you don't forget your handle. So then just line this up like so, and yeah, just get that down. So then next what we do is we take our second layer, and I mean just peel off the backings of this. So you want to take this layer and go ahead and just line it up and get that second layer on. Make sure you press down so you get that adhesive to stick. And then you want to take this layer, which is your top layer that had the acetate and also has the foam stickers, line that up as well and press. Super cute, right? So then now what you do is I have some foliage, and I just use So I have some foliage that I created, and this is, now I forgot to tell you, you can use, you know, you have the little clock handles, you can go in and dimension that up or whatever you want to do. I'm just showing you my way right now, and just a quick way. And so what I've done is I've created some foliage from this is from I think it's called Leafy Vines, and this is also from Heartfelt. So I just cut off some of it so that it can fit under my clock. Don't be afraid to cut pieces off if you need to, okay? So I'm just gonna put some hot glue on each of these and get this around this clock. You could have put that on first, but it's okay. And then now I've created some florals. This is from the Classic Rose. It's an older collection. They do still sell it. So I've created some roses in coordinating colors of my paper, and I'm just going to glue these on. So yeah, this is super cute, right? Super pretty. This clock could be for a guy, maybe minus, if they don't like flowers, maybe minus the florals. It could definitely be a cute clock for a guy. So that's that. And then these little ones you cut off, you could just find a spot for them. Not necessary, but if you don't want to waste, just find a little spot, tuck it in. And this one I'll tuck at the top. So then I created my own little sentiment, and it is so small. I had just my own little stamp, not anything that came with the kit, and I don't think it's a heartfelt sentiment either, but I had a little stamp that says celebrate, so I just stamped it and then just cut out a small little, you know, cut around it, and I'm just gonna put that here. So someone could be celebrating a birthday, they could be celebrating more time in life. That sounds like kind of scary, like, I don't know, like, you know how some people get cancer or something and they beat it and they got more time or something, like, I don't know. Sometimes people may not feel the same way you do or get offended, but hey, whatever, celebrate. I mean, every day is a gift, okay? So you have more time, that's something to celebrate. So that is card number 2. Easy, right? All you have to do, though, I guess the most difficult part was just stamping and cutting, but it's super, look at it, you have your dimension here, and I don't know if you could see through, but yep, it's dimensional. So of course that will be more posted. So there is our 2 cards, and we have our easel and we have our tunnel card. So thank you, tunnel clock. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys. Bye.